Welcome to Wiretapped Truths. My name is Jesse Perez. Uh, we got Mr. Wiretapped Truths. Leland had to go uh, be with his daughter. A sick infant is always the worst feeling.
Likely
I know.
story.
Yeah, I know when my son was like had stomach aches, I was like, "Oh man, I wish I had a stomach ache instead of him." Like seeing them in pain is the worst. And I'm joined by my co-host Jack Simmons and Avo Shirazee, and also
Shirazee,
went by
Shirazee.
Shirazi. I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
just Avo Shirazee. I said it right the first time, and then I just messed it up on the introduction.
it's okay.
Where Avo Shirazee also went by Amber Nelson. So if you write it on IMDb, I think either or it'll come up or they'll take you to her name. And so she played the actress, the waitress on the yacht on the first episode of season 2 of The Wire, and she's also in season 4 playing Miss Thiessen, a teacher looking for a car that Donut had stolen. And so I had a little, so I found Miss Avo on Facebook, and I asked her, we're trying to, this is a new podcast. We're like 6 months in. We've interviewed like behind a bunch of behind the scenes people, some on screen actors already. We've recapped episodes of The Wire. The feedback has been great, and we're like, I asked her like, oh, do you want to be part of this? Can I interview you? And we spoke for like 20 minutes, half an hour. We had a great
Yeah,
conversation, and so I wanna welcome you to the podcast. How are you
thank
today?
you. I'm doing great. I don't have anything to complain about.
Awesome. Welcome to our world. So yeah, Avo Shirazee. My name's Jackson. It's also a stage name, so I get it. But yours, you were just explaining that it has like a familial meaning behind it.
Yes, I mean, I'm also a writer, but I write under Amber Nelson, so it's a little confusing. Like
Okay.
it's like I have my project on IMDb.
Mhm.
Uh, if you go to Avo Shirazee on IMDb and you go to like the current projects or whatever, it'll show that I have a TV pilot that I wrote there.
Mhm.
But my writer name is my maiden name, which is Amber Nelson. So
Okay.
it's a little confusing, I know. Uh, but when I was in
I'm so
LA, I didn't want to. I wanted to just be Amber Nelson when I felt like it, and Avo Shirazee, on screen. So
Right.
that was.
That's
I'm
fair. Important
surprised they
distinction.
didn't have McNulty hook up with the yacht waitress in season 2 episode. He like hooked up with all the pretty actresses on the show.
Yeah,
They have
actually,
like
my one of my friends who lives in LA, I think had a makeout scene with McNulty on The Wire. I have to
yeah.
investigate. She went to Paris with me over the summer.
Oh wow.
Do
Um,
you know
Okay.
but like I'm pretty sure she did that. Yeah.
do you know who she played, or do you know?
Her name is Tracy Teague. Have
Okay,
you
yeah.
done any investigation
Jack.
there?
I'm
She
on
was his
IMDb right now.
girlfriend. I think she was his girlfriend. That's what I think. It's just like vague in my
Okay.
head.
Yeah, we
The
think that it was
Wire
in
was.
Dominic. We think it was in Dominic West's like contract. He has to hook up like once,
Let me
twice per
see.
episode.
Let me see. Hold on.
I was bad
Let me
project.
check. I'm
Maybe
texting
she was
you.
the waitress from that one episode.
No, hold on, Tracy.
Uh, but so I found your whole story fascinating. As Jack is trying to break into the industry. I wanted to be an actor at one point in my life. I think we all have like these aspirations, and you're out there, you're doing it. But you've had your ups and downs. Like,
Oh
so do
yeah.
you want to so how do you get casted as the background artist for the the background artist in the season 2 episode 1, and then you had a speaking part in season 4. You had a line, you and so how does that come about? How do they call you for The Wire? Did you have auditions for other roles?
Yeah, well, not for background. I didn't audition for background, but what
No, but I'm saying, did you have auditions for
oh,
for
I
speaking roles?
auditioned for like 9 different roles for The Wire before they gave me any lines.
What were
Like,
the characters?
a lot of them were like strippers, kind of like, I don't want to say throwaway characters, but like characters that might die,
Right.
Yeah.
There was one I auditioned for. It was like a stripper that's like she's found in a dumpster later or
Oh
something. I don't
yeah,
remember that, but
that's on. So that's actually in season 1. That was actually like it's actually like a horrible scene on we because we talk about how
yeah,
like we like some of the gangsters, and Weebay's just there, and she's like dead on, at this party, and she's dead on the bed, and
they
Weebay's
put her
just
in a
like, and they throw her. They don't show her being put in the dumpster, but Weebay is like could care less that he has a dead stripper on the bed. Yeah, so
yeah, and then it might have been in the script that she was put in a dumpster and they didn't shoot it or they cut it
Mhm.
out or like I don't know, but
It's kind of implied, like afterwards.
mhm.
They mainly have her at the party, I remember. But yeah, that's the interesting thing about being an actress, right? And an actor is like just looking at me like, man, I could have been like the dead guy on the show.
and as an actor, I mean, I like to play the game, right? So like
Right.
I like to be
Same.
in. I don't care in general. You'll see probably throughout the interview, like I changed my mind about this, but
Mhm.
I just I want to play. I want to play the game. I want to play a
Mm.
role. I don't care if it's this. I don't care if it's that. In general, but it seems like in the industry, you don't want to be a character that dies, and you don't want to be a character that gets thrown away because then you're forgotten. But I
Right.
don't really have an ego that gives. I don't care if I'm
Mm.
forgotten. I like to play the game.
Oh
So
yeah.
I probably would have liked to be that role anyway, but I didn't get it.
Well, it's all the long game, right? Because it's like I mean, nobody starts off as like the main character, right? Isn't it? You gotta accumulate all those smaller roles, and it's like, well, I'm the guy on the sidelines, and then maybe you get a, it's all like leading up to it. But yeah, it's.
I mean, there's different paths. Some
Yeah.
people are just like, I mean, I started doing theater when I was a kid. Like
Mm-hmm.
but I was on TV when I was 4. I was on TV. I was on Captain Wow, which was like a DC TV show,
Mhm.
sort of like Sesame Street. I
Okay.
didn't have a recurring time on there, but I was there, and that was my first time on TV, and I was totally clueless because I was 4. But I really, I don't know. I had a lot of theater, and then I did TV, started TV, film, video, voiceover when I was maybe 13, 14.
Okay. Yeah, because that's we were doing like a little research to find out, information, and that was one of the things that like struck me. As like, wow, I was looking at your IMDb and said you started off like doing commercials for like the Orioles and everything.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Did you
I
have
was,
like a family background in acting? Like, how did that or is it just something you always wanted to do?
it's funny. I do have like an uncle, like my mom's uncle was in movies with Ronald Reagan, but like I didn't know him. I never met him.
Hmm.
He's Burmese, and he always was like like in like there'd be like a band playing or something like that on the screen, right? This is back in old Hollywood days, right?
Hmm.
This is Ronald Reagan days. And
Right.
my uncle would like be playing like a ukulele or something in Hawaii, and he'd be cast as a Hawaiian. But but he's Burmese,
Yeah. Yeah. Those
Burmese
are the.
Iranian, but
Mhm.
something like that. But he was in Bedtime for Bonzo. I
Okay.
don't know if you know that title with Ronald Reagan, but like I don't
Monkey.
know
Yep.
him. I have tons of black and white photos though from his acting career. And he had lots of
That's
little stuff.
amazing.
He did a lot of little stuff, but
Yeah,
So
a lot
then
of
walk.
people.
Go ahead, Jack.
I was gonna say a lot of people just always feel like they forget that Reagan was essentially just like an actor, and also just like a silly actor. Like he just, it's like imagine for the young, like imagine if like Kevin James was president like 30 years from now. You know, it's just because those are the types of roles. You know, it's very just like silly movies with monkeys and everything. So that's amazing though. They had that.
Yeah.
You know, that's
And
how.
I'm not making any positive, negative comment, but I never saw Donald Trump becoming president.
Right. Exactly.
No,
I was like,
yeah.
It's kind of like a
well, it's
Ronald
not.
Reagan thing. Like, I don't know.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Similar.
funny. I kind of thought about that too. I was like, well, I was like, we have Trump. I don't think anybody expected that growing up
Right.
as
Yeah.
kids. We had
Yeah.
Trump.
Yeah.
Even though I think the Simpsons predicted it.
Yeah, that's bizarre. But yeah.
You so okay, walk us through like how do you get into like you just Pat Moran casting, right? We always
Oh
hear
yeah,
Pat
Pat
Moran.
Moran casting. That's where I would audition on what was it? Broom. I feel like the Broom Factory in Canton, Baltimore.
Okay.
Maybe it was the third floor. It's funny, like when you go to the casting office.
Mhm.
Well, I think she might have retired. I don't live in the area anymore, but like I mean, I went there like 9 times to audition for The Wire. And then I went there for a bunch of other stuff. Like I was there all the time and she never cast me. Like never. I auditioned like a gazillion times, like 11 times for Veep. Didn't
Oh
get
wow. Okay.
anything. I auditioned for House of Cards maybe 11 times. Never got
Wow.
any. They kept asking me to come back and they're like, they really liked you,
That's the
but they
worst, right?
cast
When they
somebody else.
come back,
Yeah.
and
You know, and I got like that stuff I think was out of her office. It's like hard to remember which casting director I would go to for all this stuff. But The Wire was definitely Pat Moran. And like when you approach her casting office, there's a little sign of Christopher Walken, and he's like, and it says no walk-ins. Because like if you were to go to her door and knock on her door, like this
Mhm.
casting office, and you didn't have an invitation.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people want to do that. The desire, because it's like if you want to be an actor, you figure, hey, just go into there, and it's like when your parents used to tell you like if you wanted a job, just to go to the boss and just ask for a job, and I'm sure, yeah. So I can just imagine all these actors who are like really want to get the roles, and they find a major casting agent. Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
She's Pat Moran was a badass. But it's funny to see that sign on the door because like way long ago, like I remember Homicide, like she was cast in Homicide. And I got some auditions for Homicide, didn't book. But like, and then it was like, and it might have been Runaway Bride. I don't know if she cast that, but like, I remember one day I like went up to some audition. They were holding auditions, and I wasn't invited. And
Okay.
I happened to be in the area. I happened to have my headshot in the car. Like I happened to I happened to be ready. But
Mhm.
I don't know if it was Pat Moran or not, but it was just like I got like chewed out.
Oh, really? For just
Yeah, for like
yeah,
showing up uninvited.
yeah, they
or
get very
Oh yeah, that's just like you don't do that. And like
point.
I had a manager, I have a manager, and my manager is the one that calls me, and then I go to the auditions,
Yeah.
I
or
don't know,
now
but
it's self
sometimes you kind of
taping.
like hear. Sometimes you kind of hear a success story, and they're like, "Oh, I went to the audition when I wasn't supposed to," and I said, "No, you're gonna,"
I
and you're like,
mean,
"Oh,
that
Yeah.
can happen. I
It's a
was,
right,
gamble.
I mean,
It's
but I was
different.
one of the ones that was like, I was, chewed
yeah."
out. I was chewed
Yeah,
out.
it's definitely a risk. It's a bold move. It's like I
I think
think
I was like
depends.
blacklisted for a while, to be
Oh,
honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
wow.
But I don't know. It's just like I
You
don't know.
think?
I went
Yeah, yeah.
like I've been in the business since I was 4, and really the film TV and stuff since I was 13, 14. So
mhm.
it's like I'm old now, and I've been doing it a long time, and there was I think yeah, I screwed up.
No, but I
Yeah.
think the I think the people would love this podcast also because it's you keep going for it, and you're a Cannes, right? A Cannes film
Well,
award
not
winner.
Yes, the World Film Festival in Cannes.
Which
I
is in
won
France for all the
in
dunderheads out there.
France, but it's not the Cannes Film Festival. It's a smaller one. It's not the bigger one. The
Okay.
big so, but I won the best TV pilot. I have my little award over here. I could show it to you if you want, but I don't know if you want to
That's
see it.
awesome. Yeah, we'll see
Absolutely.
it. Let me take a look.
Right there.
Of course.
Hold on. I had to ship it back from France because I didn't have room in my suitcase. It's a kind of an interesting looking award, but it's like heavy duty. It's heavy duty
Oh
That's
wow.
awesome.
for my TV pilot. It's just a piece. It's a
What does
the
the
writing
person on the
script.
award look? What does the person on the award look like? Like, is it?
It's
Is
a
it?
fairy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like she's got wings.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah,
Wonder what the meaning is behind that.
very heavy.
Yeah.
But
And what did you win that for? What was the film?
a TV pilot that I wrote. It was for a piece of writing.
Mhm.
Like I haven't had it produced yet. It's like it's being pitched to a network and can't really discuss it. But
I
Gotcha.
But what was it like over there at that festival? Like I've always
I
wanted
mean, it was cool. There were like people from all over the world won in different categories, and some of them like one guy was like this like world renowned national like cinematographer, director, producer guy that won for like he's National Geographic like he's one of the I can't remember what his title is there, but
like a nature documentary.
yeah,
That's
but
nice.
he's like huge at National Geographic.
Interesting. Okay.
And it's just like there was his film won in some category, and then there was a guy in LA, Andrew, what's his name? Oh my gosh. He did this whole like thing on ice, like when ice started raining and stuff.
Right.
And that got a lot of he's gotten a lot of it's called something Orange Grove. I'm trying to remember what it's called. His name is Andrew. But Andrew Troy. Yeah.
Okay.
Film producer, writer, and musician. And he did Midnight at the Orange Grove, which it's kind of like people being snatched away. And I didn't get to see the whole film. I saw like a little bit and then he got his award. So I haven't seen it, but there was some really cool people with projects. There was a guy from Brazil who did something really amazing, but they were from all over the world. Like all these countries. We were all in one space. And there was even like an Arab film producer that was speaking Arabic. He was wearing like Saudi. He was like from Saudi Arabia, and he was all in his. I don't know what you call it, but you think I know. But I don't know what the men call that outfit. I know like women, it's burqa or or
the male version of that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
so
an amazing thing though. It's like just people from and everyone has a shared kind of love of the art form, and it's just,
I mean, this art form is like without words, like if it's silent, like everyone can understand, like it's like crazy how we can understand through gesture. Like 80% of all communication is gesture.
Oh yeah,
you take the words away and you still get 80% of what's going on.
Yeah, no, of
So
course.
that's kind of cool.
You when you hang out with, or if you're just around people that speak a different language, like when I used to work with a lot of Spanish speaking people, and you just end up picking it up, not necessarily just on what they're saying, but it just it's the body language and just like contextual clues, and
You
that's the
figure
other
it
thing.
out.
What's that?
You figure it out. Like pictures speak 1,000 words.
Oh yeah, of
like
course.
I could write like 30 pages on this painting, right? But I don't need to because I made the painting.
Tell us about it. What are you seeing?
Do you really want to know?
I do. Because it's like I
Yeah.
feel like I'm staring 1,000 miles into the desert. Like it feels very, let's hear it. I'm interested.
Okay, so I'll move over to the side here a little bit. There are these.
That's a beautiful painting, by the way.
Thank you. There's sort of like these buildings that have windows in them, but they're just like blocks, like cement blocks with a cutout. Okay,
Okay.
let's say per se. But they're supposed to be buildings with windows. It's just that I don't need to draw a building to look like a building or a window to look like a window to say, hey, I want a building with a window. This is like the most, like, what do you call it? If I sifted through, you interpret
It's like the
this as
foundation.
you interpret this as a building with a window, right?
Yeah. As
Right. So I don't need to go and put a roof on it. I don't need to put a chimney. Everybody, it's a building with a window. So I didn't need to really go further with the details, right? And then these are like little cypress trees, but they're growing in the desert.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And then over here is a boat that's tied up, which means there used to be water.
Okay.
Okay, and then there's this piece of fabric that comes through this window and comes down and goes in this window and comes down and like goes into the distance. And like to me, the title of this piece is Desert Linenscape. And what it is a piece of fabric with no beginning and no end. You don't see the beginning of the fabric, you don't see the end of the fabric. But it continues through space. And it I have a bunch of other paintings with this fabric. So every painting is connected to the next painting because the fabric has no beginning and no end. And in general, I paint on the material linen.
Okay.
I call it a linenscape. And this fabric with no beginning and no end is an omnipotent sort of representation. It's like represents omnipotence, if you will, like all knowing, all seeing, everywhere, basically like we would say God, right?
Connects
like,
everyone and everything.
We can use the word God to sort of describe this fabric. In the sense, yes, or unity, like everything positive that we describe God as is sort of like this fabric. I'm not like a religious person by any means, but and I have like a crazy background with my religions that I grew up with, but it's literally just, it's sort of like that power, all knowing, all seeing, everything. Like it's everywhere. It goes up in some of my paintings, it goes up into the sky, into the clouds, it goes into holes in the ground, it comes out here, it goes out there. And,
otherworldly, but like present everywhere, right? Almost like energy in a way.
Yeah, it's like energy. You can't get rid of it, you can't control it, it's everywhere, and it knows everything, it sees everything.
Okay.
It knows everything. And it's goes to the core of the earth, it goes into the heavens of whatever, the atmosphere, into space and back.
Under the earth.
Everywhere.
It's funny because we had Amanda Johnson who was on the costume department, and she has an art store in Florida now. So it's like funny how many
really?
people.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people in this business are creative,
right?
And they're not limited to being an actor or being in production, or they're not limited. We're very unlimited people. We just find a project to work on within the confines of the project. We do the project. That's the way I look at. That's the way how I look at my life. And
it's more of a personality than it's just the creative personality. Now this is in the desert. Do you have others like in other landscapes that it kind of connects in a way?
Well, this one, hold on, I have one over here. I think I have another one over here. I don't know if I can move it here. That one.
Oh, okay.
That one, you see the fabric is a little more prominent. I can't really like zoom in. I don't know what to do. But
it's okay.
But there's a window here, like a cutout in the wall. And this is a Baltimore row house this is like depicted after a Baltimore row house. So going back to the Wire, like in the Wire, like all the properties downtown, there are all these brick row houses, and they have like some drywall, and they have some brick, and they have wood floors. This is like every little row house in Baltimore looks like that, right? And then there's this piece here. This is a painting. this is a painting on a brick wall, but we have the fabric coming through the drywall hole, the hole in the drywall, and going into the painting. And
Okay.
and it recedes, the fabric like recedes all the way back into the landscape that's on the painting.
Oh, I love that.
So not only does this fabric go through the real world, it goes through a painting that's not even real.
It blurs the line between our reality and the reality of the paintings, and like almost connects the universes.
Correct. It's basically just like it's the infinite exposure of this fabric, you know, like it just goes on and on and on, and it'll go into, what do you call it? Artificial spaces that don't really exist. So anyway,
other dimensions.
I love how passionate you are about your projects. I could listen to you talk about it. I'm like, no,
I know you want to talk about The Wire, so let's refocus.
The interview.
We got a lot of
about
different.
you. The interview is about you. You know, but okay. But while we are.
Well, we brought it back.
I feel bad. I'm like,
no,
not at all.
We like to talk. Sometimes we go on this podcast, and me or Leland we'll just go on we like to keep it free flowing and everything.
okay.
What's up, Jesse?
No, I was gonna say. So what is the like a long day? So what is the shoot there on The Wire? Can you take us
on
to
The Wire?
Shoot day?
Okay, so yeah, actually the shoot day wasn't that long. Like a lot of times when I'm on a set, I'm there for 13 hours, 16 hours, probably 16 max, right? But 12 is a good average day. But The Wire, I wasn't there that long. But what was really cool is I showed up to set, and then they took me to a trailer or something. I had a little space, but I'm going by, and I see this other actor friend of mine that I was in one of his films because he's a director also. He's a
Hello.
Dan DeLuca played Dr. Parenti in the 4th season. He's the school psychologist or something.
Okay.
Yeah. You know that? You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, he was with Bunny Colvin. He tried to teach the kids with Bunny Colvin.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
He had a pretty prominent role in the 4th season.
Yeah, he's a good old friend, buddy of mine, co-worker, fellow actor, guy in the business. I've known him 25 years. I don't know how long. We've been on Maryland Lottery commercials together. We've been on sets a lot together. And then he started writing and directing and producing. He started doing a lot of his own stuff. And I was in one of his films called 2 Minute Heist. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if 2 Minute Heist was before or after I was on The Wire. Everything is kind of blurry to me and time frames. But he produced a feature film comedy called 2 Minute Heist, Dan DeLuca. But I'm walking through set, back, and then it's Dan is there.
Yeah, it's oh, hey, what's what's up? It's yeah.
So that was really wonderful because I had been trying to get on The Wire. I had been on The Wire as a background, but I had been trying to get a speaking role. I've auditioned for this and that and this and that and this and that. And my manager kind of gave me a chat and was like, this is the real deal. There aren't a lot of women that are white on The Wire. Just put it out there. Not a lot of women that are white if they're not lawyers or, politicians.
Wives of the cops.
Wives of the cops. There weren't a lot of white girl roles. And if there were, they were strippers, that were thrown away in the garbage. That sort of thing. And so my manager, I guess they could have been trying to console me or something. I didn't get upset. I don't get upset when I don't book, but it's
oh, you have to have a thick skin.
I just get up and go again, you know? And if I get invited, I'm thank God I got the invitation, literally like the battle is like be in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Be
That's
in
the
the
right
game.
mentality. It's not internalized. It's hard to not internalize that when
Absolutely.
you
Like you
know.
could just if you took your first rejection and was like, I guess I'm never meant to act.
Right.
I mean, that's just dumb.
Mm.
But like if that's what you really want to do, if that's like on your scope of things to do, be ready to get up and go out there and people not hire you
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You should be able to
until you get
struggle.
hired.
Oh yeah, I mean struggling is a good thing. Like I feel like people associate wrongly like struggling with failing, but struggling is very much a part of success. I always thought because that's like
Yeah.
that's how you
I
know you're
mean,
doing it. You know.
it's like uh, I don't know, acting what for me, like I don't say I'm not actively doing it, but I moved to Florida, so I'm not in LA anymore. Um, but I'm also an artist and a creative and a writer and all this stuff. I kind of found a love for the writing.
Mhm.
Um, not that I wouldn't act. I mean, I would so be in a if somebody was like, Amber, I got a project for you, you know, be off book for the audition. That's all I ask, or whatever they ask me. Maybe they don't want me to audition. Maybe they do want me to audition. I have sometimes like I've gotten things without auditioning, which is really nice. But I understand the process of the audition and the need because you have to like these people behind the scenes are putting together a bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
It's not all about you.
Right.
Not
And
about you at all. You know, it's like literally like the ensemble, the whole image, the everything. Like I'm 5'1" or something, and then me on the set with Prez, he's like tall, right?
Mhm.
And it's funny because I think I remember being on the set and like they gave me like heeled boots that were too big for me to wear.
Mhm.
Like I got on the when we were they wardrobed me up. They put a big overcoat on me. And yes, it was very windy. It was like the winds were blowing at 45 miles an hour and they had these big um, black sheets up to block sun and like
Okay.
manipulate light and everything. And we're
It's also
outside
like
in this
winter time, right?
we're out in the middle of the streets in Baltimore, you know, like and it's freezing and the wind is like blowing around and I'm like 100 pounds and I'm like how am I gonna all I have to do is go 1 2 hey Miss Thiessen, are you okay? Yeah, I think my car's been stolen, you know, like
Yeah.
I just have to do
Hmm.
this small task but like I felt like the world was against me that day. I
Well,
was like, are
which
you kidding me? I have one line and I need to like hit this mark. And the wind is like toppling. I'm like blowing in the wind.
It's like anything that could go wrong, like goes wrong. You know.
I was like, this can't be happening. Like, all it's just one little thing, but yeah, they had the wind blowing, a lot of noise, like just
Hmm.
a lot of distraction for this tiny scene.
which is
And
pretty
Outdoors is
comic
always
relief
difficult.
flying too, because Prez is like the kids are like trying to get money, use Prez's credit card, and Prez is like learning how to deal with the kids, and he's like, I need the money up front. And then out of nowhere, he's like, "You okay, Miss Thiessen?" And you're like, I can't find my car." And then Donut is like a car thief, and he like just looks
yeah,
at the kids. He's like, so it was a pretty funny moment because you're like freaking
Mhm.
Donut stealing cars.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. And
so we started recapping We Own This City also,
oh yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
from the same creators, and you told me a pretty funny story about that. You want to get into that one?
Yeah, we can get into it. It's a little like, but I can. Yes, I can.
um,
Suspense,
Oh
right?
yeah,
No.
yeah. Build it up.
So,
so yeah.
they called me to audition for this role in We Own the City with facing John Bernthal and as a stripper in a strip club. And
Mhm.
I did the audition, but like I didn't like, you know, for my audition I didn't put on stripper clothes. Like I was like I just I did the copy and I delivered. I don't know what the other girl did. She got the part. Okay, we'll just skip to that part. She got the part, but I auditioned. You know the scene. Do you want to
Hmm.
recap, like describe the scene
So
or?
Sergeant Wayne Jenkins is at the strip club, and some girl comes up to him and like kind of like whispers in his ear, and he's like he's like woo, and then they go like, oh, like she says, I'll take you to the she's like, you want a private dance, right, Jack?
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
Wayne Jenkins is like, he's like, yeah, and then he goes, and they have sex with the stripper. It's alluded that he has sex with the stripper. So that,
Is
and
that
then you
and
got offered.
they went upstairs, right?
Yeah,
And
they
they
went.
go walk up the
She took
stairs.
him.
That's the scene
Yeah,
that I'm remembering
yeah.
that I didn't get, but I happened to be on set when they were like, I saw her. Because I auditioned for that, but I did background. I didn't want to do background, but it was like,
Mhm.
I want to just see what this is about. Like,
Right.
I want to be on
Yeah.
set because I like to play the game, right? So I was there and I like saw who got my part, which is really weird. Like I never
Yeah.
really get to do that, but um, and then they were shooting different parts of that, I guess the episode, but they were like, we were at the location of the Gold Club. Well, I don't know what club it was in the show, but they shot at the Gold Club in Baltimore, which is like a
Okay.
strip club in Baltimore off of maybe Route 40 or something. I don't know, but it's like kind of like out there. But
Pretty seedy.
I'm there. Yeah. I'm there as background as a stripper.
Mhm.
And so it's like I'm an actor, but I'm wearing like the heels and I'm wearing like a little bra and like a sheer thing, whatever. Like anyway, I look like a stripper
Mhm.
on
Yeah.
this background. And I had a little thing where they had me like, they said, go and like trail your arm on, put your hand on, what's the character's name? I'm just calling him John Bernthal because
Wayne
Yeah,
Jenkins.
well, you could
Wayne
want John
Jenkins. So
Bertown. We
like,
know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
so like I put my hand like on his back and I walk by and I think he has a line that's like, I'm gonna marry her or something. I don't really
Yeah.
Yeah.
remember. But after we shot that, they pulled me aside and they were like, yeah, we need to do a scene, like a intimate scene, and you're invited. I'm not invited, but they asked me, and there were like a couple other girls, like it was the intimacy coordinator.
Mhm.
I don't know, she has a formal name, and
Mhm.
it might be intimacy coordinator, but I don't know, like the
I
coordinator
think it
for.
is called an intimacy coordinator. I believe it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, she pulled me aside and she pulled a couple other girls aside and they're like, we need somebody to do this scene with Bernthal. And like, I really kind of like wanted to do it.
Yeah.
I'm union, I've been union forever. And I was like, yeah, that could be fun. And it's not like it wasn't really scripted, or maybe it was and they didn't. I
Mhm.
don't know. I really don't know what the background of it was. But they were like asking for that, and they asked me first. They said, you have the first right. You can say yes or no, and if you say yes or no, if you say no, we'll go to another girl and another girl.
Mhm.
And I thought about it, and I was like, my mom is still alive. I'm like, there'd be nudity involved. I was like, I you know, I grew up Muslim.
Okay.
And my mom is definitely full blown Muslim woman,
Mhm.
and
Does she watch HBO?
I don't know, but
Well, she will watch her project though.
my brother is like a
True.
huge fan of The Wire, and I just was like, God, I could have a really cool scene.
Yeah.
But I said no. I said
Mhm.
no. Clearly, I said no. And I don't know what happened with all that, or if they did this shot, or if they shot that, or if they did it. I don't know what they did. I know
I mean,
they did other scenes at other strip
I don't
clubs
I don't
too.
remember him having sex at the strip
yeah,
club.
I don't think
No,
that
I
he
don't
did
think it's
do
like
that.
sex. It's just an intimacy coordinator. Like
Okay.
do a
Okay.
lap dance for him, but your top
Oh,
would be off. Like it would be like I would be topless
gotcha.
dancing on him, It
Okay.
wasn't like sex scene, but I
Gotcha.
don't know, like these they sometimes switch things up on the set
Mm.
and like
Yeah.
maybe they finish shooting early. They're like, we have time to do something extra, so we're
Hmm.
gonna throw this in. I don't know how they eat. I don't know their schedule. The production is,
A lot of
it's
it just seems like, I mean, I've been on not on this scale of you have, but like from the production I've seen, a lot of it is like the last minute they'll just be like, oh, let's do this now,
when
and
they have time. When they have
right.
time.
That's for sure.
Like if the day, because everybody's getting paid, right? Like
Hmm.
they're on the clock, and it's like minutes are dollars,
Right.
seconds are dollars, like, and it's so I think that maybe they pretty much wrapped like what they got what they wanted, and they were like,
Hmm.
let's throw this in, and then if we need it, we have it, or you
Right.
know
Like
because
while we're here, we might as well do
yeah,
this.
because
Yeah.
they probably weren't going to switch locations that day. It was like,
Hmm.
I mean, but we're shooting inside a strip club where it's all artificial lighting anyway.
Hmm.
So you don't know if it's really day or night outside when you're
Right.
doing the job. So when you have the artificial lighting, that's kind of helpful because
You don't have to
uh,
rely on the
you
weather.
don't have to rely on like this. Okay, we got 1 hour of noon and what
Yeah.
Mm.
like
Okay.
it gets complicated.
Hmm.
The day shots, but yeah.
Jack
I
has a funny Ray Donovan background artist story.
Oh
Oh
yeah, yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I was also on Ray Donovan, and I mean, as an background actor, and I saw you were on the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel too. By the way, I
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
it.
I was in like a that was background too. Like I put that like I have that stuff on my profile. I don't like saying that I've done background, but I'm proud of it because I'm on set, I'm seeing what's going on.
Sure.
I'm learning something all the time.
Hmm.
Some people really poo-poo the background stuff, and I'm like,
It's work. Yeah.
you first of all, it's work and you're earning money. That's great, but honestly, it's a wealth of experience. You couldn't pay to get that experience.
Yeah,
You cannot pay for it.
and
Like
it's relatively like low pressure too. It's you go
it's
there and you get to
totally
be.
low pressure. It could be really uncomfortable, but it's
Mhm.
totally low pressure.
Yeah,
Like
and it's amazing just to be a part of that environment too. And to see how the sausage is made is kind of just
I
you know
like to play the game.
right.
It's like uh, being on that was in New York. We shot, and then it was like a quite a long time. It was that scene where they're doing that. Do you know what scene it is or no? Did you watch the show?
Yeah, I to be honest though, I'm not really like Jesse. You know more of it than I because like I'm trying to think, and it's like the scene that of
It's
the
like a
strip club that I know of is the one when he steals the dwarf's money.
oh, I think that's at a different club.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
shot at
Yeah.
a different club. And actually, I
Okay.
have a girlfriend that I think was a dancer uh, at the other location
Oh,
for
No,
okay.
for We
she
Own the City. So
she's talking about episode 3 when they're at the table and the girl comes up to her and to Wayne and says,
Okay.
you want to go take this private, and Wayne like leaves with her, and then
Right. Okay.
she's talking about yeah
That makes sense. Yeah.
that whole scene.
Um. But oh yeah. So Jesse brought the Ray Donovan. I did that on Long Island. I was part of a the scene was like a gay pride parade, and so I wore like really like skimpy clothing, because they wanted it to be like very ultra flamboyant, whatever. And so I'm part of this parade, and this is like early September, like late summer, and all of a sudden just starts pouring out like in the middle of outside, and so we're just like stuck outside in the rain, just like freezing my ass
like
off.
I said, it can be really uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But they do have, one aspect though is these major
But then
networks
they
do have
canceled the
amazing.
episode, right, Jack?
Yeah, they didn't end up airing it, so I was like, oh okay, it's part of this. But they do have amazing food, I will say. The Showtime caterers, the best catering. I don't know if you agree with was Amazon Prime. I thought they was like, wow, they really, they got
I
that Amazon money. So
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, whenever I'm on a union production, they have stuff for people that are like, they have food for like vegans and vegetarians
Mm-hmm.
and meat eaters, and they normally have like something for everyone, and it's always pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So like you go to set, you're fed, they try to keep you in a heated place in general, like
Yeah.
comfortable. Try to keep you out of the rain. Kind of try to
Yeah.
keep, you know,
Sometimes things just happen, and you're just like, you got to make, do. And it does create, for like a funny memory of just like, oh yeah, that one time.
yeah. I
One thing I
mean,
was, oh, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, but like if it rains or if you're around smoke, you get extra money. So
That's
you
true.
get
Yeah.
you get compensated for your discomfort. So that's
Mhm.
nice. It's nice. Uh,
And union background artists is not a bad payday neither.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, like you could do it every day. If you did it every day or 5 days a week, it's kind of like a living wage. It's kind of
Sure,
like you could pay your bills. It's
sure.
not like
Absolutely.
um, but doing it every day is sort of like the. It's not like you're gonna get on a project 5 days a week unless it's like a picked up. Like you're like how like they have Veep or whatever, and there's like all these guys in the office, like
Mm-hmm.
at the White House or wherever it is that they are, and there's always this guy like taking a piece of paper to the copier, or picking a piece of paper from the
Yeah.
copier, and he's
Right.
going over there. We don't know who he is, right? He's a background actor, but he's there for every single. Every time they're shooting that office, he's in there taking a pen,
Right.
writing down something. He's doing something. Like I had a friend that was on Beep that, like, I don't know, he was like he was working like all the time.
Yeah, and he's like a permanent. It's funny because he's like a permanent part of that show, and you're just like, oh, he's the guy. But they need somebody to be the guy in the back. They can't have it just be like an empty space because that would just look weird. It's
Yeah.
like with Seinfeld. It's like, yeah, they have the same actors as the waiters for like 8 years. And then eventually they give them the lines like, oh wait, you've been there the whole time. Um, that is the thing though. Is the featured extras, right? Those you have like a
Featured
line or
extra.
stuff.
Yeah.
Featured extra, yeah.
But yeah, that
Oh,
is
so
like
I'm sorry, you were a featured extra. You were a featured background artist in season 2, episode 1, because
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
close up.
that's
Yeah.
funny though. Veep, like, yeah, that was what was that was an amazing show, by the way. But like, tell us about the audition process, because like I know each show is different, but when I'm picturing a room, like is it, I'm thinking it's like the casting director, like is it the director of the project there, and then like who else is usually like in the room when you're on the auditions?
So it totally depends. Like,
Okay.
I've been to audition. Well, I'll talk about the Wire one in particular, but I've been to auditions where like I did an audition for Comedy Central in New York,
Hmm.
and like I was supposed to be like Seth Rogen's girlfriend or something, and like I walked into the audition room. There's like a bunch of people behind a desk that are really important, all of them, and Seth Rogen is there.
What was this for?
It was for Comedy Central. I could look it up in my email and figure it out, but like I don't remember. But I was like, am I like where am I?
Holy shit, Seth Rogen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like I think that was not uh meant for me, to be honest. Like I don't know, but anyway, there's like different auditions that are different ways. But with The Wire, it was a bit part, right? So it wasn't a big role. Like for Blue Bloods, for Annapolis, Blue Bloods, I was like, the director was there, like
Mhm.
these people were like, the director wasn't there for my first audition, but they were there for my callback.
Okay.
It really kind of depends.
Right.
Like I was like called back to be Donnie Wahlberg's wife,
Okay.
and I was called back, and that was being cast out of Philadelphia, and so was Annapolis, and I was called back to be like one of the main characters in Annapolis, the movie Annapolis with James Franco.
I remember that where he becomes like a boxer in
Yeah,
the military.
and I they cast a different girl, but they put her on the cutting room floor. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, they cast somebody else, but they didn't use her footage.
That's so bad.
But I've come really close. But for The Wire, this bit part, it was one line, right? So I go to Pat Moran's office, and I'm like, for lack of better words, I really would like to swear. I'm literally like,
You can swear.
Yeah.
like, I want to shit bricks, like I'm literally going. And I remember I go up the stairs and like, I know this place. I've been there a lot. They never cast me. It's like invite, but no dice, no dice, no dice. So
Are they very like stone faced, like serious when you get in there?
I'm so like, well, I'll just do this. We're just gonna do this. And it's a one little line. I didn't have trouble remembering it. I don't, it wasn't about that, but it was like, okay, Amber, school teacher. I'm kind of white looking, and it's a school teacher role. It's on The Wire. I might have some chance here. I don't know. I'm going like, it doesn't even matter. I'm just gonna go and do it and leave. And I remember what I was wearing. I was wearing a navy blazer and like dark pants. And I think she had me say the line, like, it was Pat and me. I don't think, there might have been somebody behind the camera, like doing the camera. But, when I slate my name and then I do the performance, and then that we did, like, Pat would read the line, like, hey, Miss Thiessen, you okay, or whatever it was. And then I say my line, and then cut, and then they cut, whatever. It's like, I think that's how it went. Like, I've been there so many times, like, they blur together.
Right. Yeah, it was short and quick,
It was short and quick, and I didn't think anything of it. And I just, like, left there like I didn't get it, I was like, I don't know what I'm here for.
Did they like develop or like when you go in there, were they like, oh, hey, how's it going? Or were they just like,
no, it's not very friendly. No.
Oh, okay. It's very just like stone face, serious.
Well, she's behind this room. She's in the audition room with the camera, and there may have been another person that doing the camera, but like, I sit in the waiting room until they call my name, and then I go in there. And I think that with some people, it might be a more friendly interaction, but like I've auditioned so many times for Pat, but we've never been friends. I've always wanted to be her friend, but everybody wants to be her friend. So.
Yeah, right.
You think she was trying to keep that, like, maybe trying to keep that distance or whatever? It is like,
I mean, she's doing her job.
Maybe she was trying to be, professional, a little professionalism,
Oh yeah, but I'm like scared to death. I was like, I'm petrified. Like some people are very relaxed and like, like, this is me, like, what's up, but like I'm like tight. I'm like, which for me that was perfect for the role. Like, I'm a school teacher that gets her car stolen. I'm not. You
want to have a warm, like, wholesome presence to that.
For that role, like, my uptightness probably worked. The thing is, she's an amazing casting director, like award-winning, ridiculous nose for talent. She knew how to get the grit of Baltimore.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Baltimore's gritty, right?
Oh, we always say it's the best casting of a show that I've ever seen.
She got it.
Yeah. They don't even feel like acting a lot of the times. It just feels like people that are like, oh, hey, it's the guy, and it's because it is like, because like yourself and so many others of the actors are Maryland natives, so it just adds to that authenticity. And
she got it. She understood the heartbeat of the city, and like the veins.
Yeah.
Like, she got it, and I grew up going to private girls' school, like in a suburb of DC, kind of silver. My mom was a doctor, like stuff like that is my mom was Muslim and my dad was Seventh-day Adventist. That's the religion thing. It's just like kind of bizarre. But I certainly didn't grow up, you know, in the streets of Baltimore. And I didn't grow up thinking one day I'll be a stripper or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, you know, whereas, you know, she really got the grit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, and just the way people talked and just the natural affect of that. What are you saying, Jesse?
No, so I was gonna you know, say my final question here, and then if Jack had a final question, but you know, I wanted to thank you for your time. Number one, you're a sweetheart of a person. I think you're a little
Yeah.
hard on yourself sometimes. That you have accomplishments. You have
Yes.
beautiful art. You're an award winner. Like, you know, you have to
You went to
you know.
Cannes. A lot of people don't go to France, you know.
So I think, you know, I think you could be a little too down on yourself. But if you look at it through our point, if you no, I'm just saying that because, you know, kind of like how you kind of downplay it. I think you have a lot to be proud of.
Thank you.
And so you said that
Likewise.
I noticed on Facebook that you're a mom. You know, you and your son seem pretty
Mm-hmm.
close. How is it to be in the profession of while raising a son? You know, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, that's kind of funny. I think my son would sometimes be like, "Yeah, my mom was on this show or whatever," and like, I don't know. Like, I think his friends are like, hey, my son's name is Dietrich, and I think they were like, "Yeah, Dietrich's mom was on TV," you know. And I mean, he's 26 now, so it's different. But my
Okay.
son's always respected. Like, I'm divorced, right? So I divorced his dad when my son was really young.
Mm-hmm.
But his father was like my mother. His father was absolutely against me acting.
Wow.
Okay.
And so like I got a divorce and I did me. You know, I was like,
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna do what I do, you know, and what was
You gotta live your
interesting
own life.
is that my son had to sort of straddle a fence, like go live at his dad's, live at mom's, live at dad's, live at mom's. And, you know, my life was like, I'm a painter and I go to auditions and I act. And, you know, very strange for him, I think, to be to be around that. And then, like, his dad was like you know, I think he was a CFO. I didn't follow exactly everything that he did after we got divorced, but he was in finance. And two different worlds.
Oh yeah.
But I think my son found it neat and interesting that that I do stuff like that. Yeah.
What does
I
he
don't
do
know
now?
if he's a software engineer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. He's also found his own direction. You know?
Yeah. And he's getting married in August. So I'm very proud of him.
Congrats.
Yeah. He's got a really great fiance. I couldn't be happier. She's a mechanical engineer, I think. I think that's
wow. Okay.
what she is. But I'm very proud of him, and he's a good kid.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you have any other projects coming up? Anything we could promote? Anything we could plug in away? You know, now we do the social media, so it's all about fucking getting that shit out there.
So my TV pilot it won 3 awards. I don't know if I told you it won 2, but it won 3 because I don't know, the third one came recently. And then it is being pitched to a network, and I can't really talk about it, but the title of the project is Amberica. And then I am working on, and I can't talk too much about it, but I'm working on writing like the prequel to the TV pilot Amberica. Like, Amberica is a TV pilot, and there's supposed to be like a bunch of episodes afterwards, right?
Okay.
But I'm writing a prequel holiday sort of, I don't say like Christmas film, but like it's a Christmassy film. It's a holiday time film. It's a film for the family, but it's also not think Meet the Fockers or something like that.
Yeah.
It's not like super comedy. I say Meet the Fockers. I don't know. It's like dramedy, but it's the prequel to the TV pilot. But it would be a feature length film.
Oh, that's very interesting, and it's
So
set around the time of the holidays, sort of.
yeah,
Okay.
takes place around Christmas. The
Mm.
story takes place around Christmas. I don't want to talk too much about
No,
it.
I
Sure,
got
sure.
you. I kind of
So
like movies like that though, that are holiday themed, but also have like a little bit of edge to them.
I mean, I could tell you a little piece of it, little tiny piece. And this is more like a scene. It's not even like what the story is about. But I do go into like how my mom and dad met. Like how does a Seventh-day Adventist from Iowa
Yeah,
marry a Burmese Iranian Muslim?
That's
a
pretty
tale as
cool.
old as time. Yeah.
I'm not going to give away that secret, but there's a little. It's like kind of like that. It's like how it's the prequel to Amberica. Amberica
Okay.
is Amber's world, right?
Mhm.
Amber's world, and then which means it's like, how was Amber born? How did she get here,
Right.
right? So I mean, it's not about that, but it's like has that in it. It's kind of
What's her origin? I like that. That must have been a very personal thing to create.
Yeah, I feel like if I'm an expert on anything, it would be that myself.
Mhm.
I don't want to say it's like I guess somebody could be like, oh, she's so egotistical, she's so full of herself that she writes about herself and does this.
They always say write what you know, though. That's
But
very
like
much
I
true.
honestly, I'm an expert on me, and
Yeah,
nobody can come and tell me that I'm not.
of course.
Exactly.
So I'm like, I got this.
Everyone, you got it. Everyone has a unique story, what I mean? So it's like,
I
yeah,
got this one.
definitely. Yeah, no, that's the thing too. Is like when everyone writes a project, it's inevitable you're gonna put part of yourself in there because it's just like
What
it's like
else
a
are we gonna do?
right. Yeah, you can't like separate, unless you're like I don't know. I feel like it's impossible to do that. So I'm definitely gonna look out for that. And yeah, thank you so much for your time tonight,
Thank
Ava. It's been a real
you.
pleasure.
It
Amber,
was a pleasure. Thanks,
oh,
Jesse. Thanks, Jack.
Leland will kill me if I didn't have you do this. Can you say
Oh, that's
please
right.
like, share, and subscribe to Wiretap Truths?
That's great.
Yes.
Jesse, this is his first time as the host of the. Usually Leland controls the StreamYard,
Yeah.
so good job. This is Jesse's first time in the fucking pilot seat. I like how you asked if you could curse, and I just been like, yeah, it's a fucking pilot seat.
So please like, share, subscribe to Wiretap
Truths. You got it.
Truths.
All
Wiretap
right.
Truths. Please like, tap. What did you say?
It's okay.
I'm
We
an
got it. We
actor.
got it.
We got
We
it.
got
Got
it.
Yeah,
it?
we got
We got
the.
it.
That's a fun
Thank
one.
you so much. Oh, maybe you could tell
Okay.
Dan that we would love to have him on, Dan DeLuca.
Yeah, I will tell Dan. Also, I think Ken Arnold
Yeah.
and
we'll
Tracy
love
Teague. All of these guys. When I was in LA, we all went to a barbecue together. Dan and Ken, they made their own. They write and direct and produce films themselves. Like
Awesome.
they're independent filmmakers. And then I went to Monster Palooza Festival in LA, which is like the horror films, thrillers, like a
Yeah.
script thing. Okay, like script. I mean, movies, like a film festival.
Yeah, yeah.
And I went with Tracy, and then because we were all together, and it was so cool because we're all from Maryland, and
Oh,
we
that's
all
incredible.
did that together. So it was really cool. But yes, I will contact. Let me see if Tracy texted me. I think she was McNulty's girlfriend. Haha, my backstory was that I was an ex he hooked back up with. Yes. So yes, Tracy Teague, Dan DeLuca, and Ken Arnold. You need to interview them. They have probably better
Fantastic.
stories.
Yeah, we'll love that. All right. Thanks, Amber.
Okay, bye.
Avo.
Avo, it's fine. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, you. Have a great night. Bye.
Thanks.